Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Q&A leading up to The Walking Dead Season 6, and this one we're going to be starting with and focusing on whether or not I think we will see a relationship form between Morgan and Michonne. So this one constitutes Q&A number, I don't even know at this point, number 2. Number 2 since I lost count. It's probably, it's in the 30s now. It's like, getting close to probably around 35 that I've done for The Walking Dead Season 6 leading up to it, for the Daily Dead type videos, so that's fun. And this was one that I got asked from a few people, the question of what I think we'll see between Morgan and Michonne, if we will see any kind of relationship forming or not. So this question was from Jennifer Byrd, and she says, do you think Morgan and Michonne will have any chemistry? And some other people ask the same kind of thing as well, too. Because I do think it's a good question, because comic book spoiler warning here for anyone who hasn't read the comic books, they actually do have a quick relationship in the comic books, at least for a little while. The TV series is, of course, quite different. Lenny James is a really busy actor, and he was scheduled for another show, but luckily, I think it was a sci-fi show, English show, and he was going to be the lead, but it got canceled. Yes! It got canceled. I don't know if it's because he decided he'd go with The Walking Dead over this other show, which I'm very happy to hear that he has. And luckily, Low Winter Sun got canceled too, yes, because he was also a lead in that. And obviously, if he's a lead in another series, he's not going to be able to work on The Walking Dead. So this is good news that these other shows have kind of fizzled out, and that it's confirmed now that he's basically, I'm not sure if he's got, because it's okay if they have some side projects, like Norman Reedus will work on different stuff during the summertime or the off parts, some movies and stuff like that. But TV series are kind of tricky, because when you're in a TV series as the lead character, you have to film over the course of a long period of time, and the filming would conflict with the Walking Dead filming. So I'm happy to hear that that it looks like he at least will be clear for a little while. Hey, that's good, and and we may see that. So it depends what they do with Morgan. They've had some trouble scheduling Lenny James so far, which Scott Gimple talked about it at Comic-Con for season 5. And that they wanted to bring him in season 5, but they just couldn't because he had too many prior obligations. But yeah, so it depends what they want to do with this one. Will they go the same route as the comic book and see them in some kind of relationship together? And how do I feel about that? I do like it. I think it's a good idea, and I do think Michonne kind of deserves it at this point. She's been pretty miserable for a long time. Even from the start when we met her life was in jeopardy in season 3, at the end of season 2, all the way, with the governor and all that stuff, all the way up until now. She's had to fight pretty hard for survival, being alone and that, and just all the things she's been through. So I think it'd be good. It'd be good for both characters if they did some kind of relationship like that. I think it would make sense. So I would love to see it. Yeah, we don't have anything yet that hints at it in the trailers or anything like that. But if they go the same route as the comic books, which they've been sticking more to the comic books the last few seasons rather than season 3, which is kind of hit or miss and all over the place, and there's some changes all the way through, but generally, I think nowadays they're sticking more to the comic books. So I'm hoping to see that, but there's nothing yet so far that would confirm that we will see it. So hopefully, those are kind of my thoughts on it, because I think both characters do deserve it, and it'd be good. It'd be good. It's raining outside, so I don't know if you guys hear background noise. Sorry about that if you do. Next question from her is, Trev, how close do you think they are going to follow the No Way Out storyline? Well, even though I did just say that they are following the comic books pretty close, it doesn't seem like, with regards to that, they're going to follow it verbatim. It seems a lot more like they're going to do what they did with kind of season 3, roughly, where they have, a couple things happening at once, but they kind of mix it around. So you have, like, No Way Out occurring, and you have the wolves mixed in there, and you have both kind of mixed together, rather than have just No Way Out, first the wolves attack first by themselves, and then No Way Out happen separately. So the wolves are resolved, and then they bring in the No Way Out thing. It looks like from the trailer they're going to mix it up, and they're going to kind of include both together. They're going to have maybe the Wolves Walker Bomb, Alexandria, which should be fun, and they're going to kind of mix it up a bit. So that should be fun. It looks like that's what we're going to see anyway. We'll have to wait to see for sure, but based on the trailer, that's my interpretation of it, is they're kind of mixing both in together, which is good, because that means the Wolves should probably last at least the first half season. Maybe, probably resolved by first half season, maybe even a little over. We'll have to see how what they do with it. Should be some fun though. Syrup Sniper 27, that's a Syrup Sniper, nice. He says, "Hey Trev, do you think they will ever make Morgan go insane again?" So that's a good question. Will they ever make Morgan go insane? And nice, we have some thunder in the background, so that adds to the suspense, right? In the comic book series too, he was insane kind of all the way through. In the TV series, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like he's really got his stuff together and he's really level-headed now. And really peaceful and happy and everything like that. So I don't think they will, because I think that would be more like kind of a regressing, and we've seen him in that crazy clear state, and now we're seeing him evolve and develop further than that. The Walking Dead, especially with Gimple, which is he does really well, is he really shows the progression of characters as they learn, grow, change. The concept of too far gone and then coming back and where to go from there again, and he really shows good progression with the characters. So I think for Morgan, if they kind of brought him back to that clear crazy state, I don't think that would be a good thing. I think that would be more like, going back, like instead of progressing further, it'd be too much repetitive. Even though with Rick, he's kind of too far gone, and I expect him to be brought back a little bit. But I think that's because he's gone too extreme in one way. Morgan may have gone a little bit too extreme in the way of not killing others, because I think sometimes if a group attacks you, you don't really have much of a choice. They're trying to kill you, and you don't kill them. I don't know, that's a tough call. I think you kind of have to, in self-defense in a zombie apocalypse, probably kill them. If you leave them alive, they could try to hunt you again in the future. So it's, which we'll probably see with the wolves, and he may actually regret that decision later on. But no, I don't think he'll go insane totally again. No, I don't think so. Because even in Clear, I don't know if I would say he was insane. Yeah, he's kind of, I guess most people would consider him as crazy or insane. I don't really, insane or crazy to me, I don't know. It's kind of an easy label or catch-all just to say somebody's crazy, they're insane. But if you actually if you analyze the the specifics of who they are, what they are, I don't want to get too much into psychology, but it's kind of a lazy. I view it as a lazy. Oh, he's just crazy, or he's just insane. Whatever, that's it, and then you're done. It's a lazy label you can put on somebody and just say, well, their behavior is nuts, so he's insane. Whatever. There you go. Right. Rather than looking at the specifics of that person in particular. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I guess you would say, layman's terms, he was crazy. Johnny Rebel says, and we'll do like one or two more. He says, "What are your thoughts on them changing the introduction of Negan altogether? Seen as every man and his dog knows how he is introduced in the graphic novel, it would tend to lose the shock factor now." Yeah, I agree with you. That's true. They may want to change it, but then again, though, it has those comic book, awesome moments where, like with the governor says, "Kill them all," and that, and Too Far Gone, and some of the different episodes, you get those comic book tie-in moments of those epic parts. So I think they'll remix it, but then they'll still include things that will make you go, "Oh, that's cool." But they'll remix it. They'll switch it around, and then they'll have it happen at the same time as well. But lately, they've been following it more closely. They haven't been doing as many switcheroos as they used to. So we'll see how that goes. Season 6 and onward. But I think you're right. I think they have to mix it up a little bit. They can't just do it exactly the same way with the same character and the same deaths and the same things that happen. That'd be too predictable. They'd have to switch it up for sure, I would think. Although we're kind of expecting them to switch it up, so if they just do the same thing, then maybe everybody will be surprised but then again, average viewers would be like, "Oh, I heard online or I read online, this is what happened. This character gets killed, so that's going to happen." So I think they kind of have to switch it up. Yeah, I'll say that. I think I see both sides of that, both options, but I think they need to change it a little bit at least, and yet still have those important moments for us. And last one we'll do for today is from the TheluminousHD, and he says, "What do you think will happen with Gabriel next season with him going mental?" Here's another character going crazy, going mental, towards the end of season 5. Well, Gabriel, now we're going to get into some psychology. Gabriel has a strong superego. Yeah, I love Freudian psychology. I told you guys I was reading Happiness or Civilization's Discontents. So it's probably thrashing him pretty good internally. So he has an internal battle going on where he's a righteous man and he wants to do the right thing, but he's living in a world where doing the right thing will definitely get you killed. So his superego is beating the snot out of him inside, and it's coming through because he hates these people, but these people did what they had to do to survive, and they're living and they're winning, right? So they're doing things that he considers to be totally evil, and yet they're winning doing it. So having to live side by side with them, knowing that he's killed some zombies as well now too, and that he locked those people out, his because he was too afraid. He's got some serious guilt, and he may seek out. We'll see if he seeks out some kind of masochistic pain as a result of his guilt that he feels. We'll see, because that's the next. That's usually the next step when someone gets thrashed so hard like that by their superego, they can seek out punishment, like people who turn themselves in, things like that. The superego can definitely become sadistic if you do that. Anyway, don't want to get too heavy in the psychology. Read about it if you want to today. If you want to do something, read about superego and masochism, sadism, and it's good stuff to learn about, and what your superego can do to you when you do wrong, and the feeling, and how powerful the feeling of guilt and remorse is afterwards after you do something. Unless you're really messed up, then you might not feel guilty about anything. Then you're really messed up, if you don't feel guilty. So it's we're interesting. I love psychology. We're interesting creatures. Anyway, so that's it for this one for today, guys. Let me know what you think. Write your comments below about characters going insane, and if you would like to see Morgan and Michonne together in a relationship. If you like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please share, please favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe to the bottom left, just click the button. That's all you got to do, and you'll get my Walking Dead videos daily in your subscriber feed. That's it for today's, guys. I'll see you again really soon. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. See you guys. Don't be a deadhead. Subscribe.